All right, how about we start this tour off in the spa, the Thermal Suite Spa. Now, this is an added cost if you would like to have this, but depending upon your status, and remember, MSC does a status match with other cruise lines. So, for example, I'm Diamond with Carnival. I was made Diamond with MSC because of their status match, and this was included for a 1 day session here. And you see the relaxation area. You saw the steam bath there. There's a whirlpool off to my left. There's another Mediterranean type steam room sauna bath kind of here on my right. And then there's some areas to hang out on these swinging chairs in the corner here, and some loungers and some day beds there in front of me. And then here, little embarrassing moment, maybe not that embarrassing, but you got some ocean views here, and then this big guy here in the whirlpool. Yeah, that would be me. I'm a little bit passed out, as you can see. It was that relaxing. So, yeah, if you go in there and you get a little too relaxed, that could happen to you. But that probably isn't a bad thing. All right, now we're going to get up to the Yacht Club, and this is entering on deck 15. And you can see they have some very nice amenities. They have an abundance of lounge chairs. We're going to go up to deck 16 here actually now. And what we're going to find up here is some more ample seating, and there's a couple nice hot tubs, which was especially nice on this day as it was cooler and foggy as we were heading back from Alaska. So I'm going to give you a little loop around. And one of the things, you have your own bar up here if you're in the Yacht Club. And the Yacht Club includes your drinks. So, they just, you ask for a drink and boom, you get one here. And then, they have some little place for snacks there and everything too. All right, so this again is all the way up on deck 16. We're going to go ahead and head back down to deck 15. One interesting thing about this ship that I will say in comparison to, say, like Carnival ships, they have a deck 13. Not only do they have a deck 13, but, it's one of their most public areas, most important decks, which we'll get to in just a second, because now we're on deck 14, overlooking said deck 13 there. And there isn't a lot going on deck 14, but we will walk you all the way to the other end at least, and then you can see the pools and the hot tubs and such from above. And there is one big pool and a couple hot tubs on each end, as well as a little, there's a bar on each end as well. Well, there's a bar in the middle, a bar on one end, but really only one main bar that seems to be open, at least on this particular cruise. So that particular bar can get crowded right there, but they do have a lot of bartenders working. And you see the pools are nice size, and you can also see just how foggy it was. We couldn't really see anything here, but it is what it is. This is a kids club area, and you see they got a little pool there, so that's nice for them. And we're just going to go ahead and finish our little walk of deck 14, and we're actually going to go back up to deck 15 so you can see like an exclusive little sunbathing area here. And then there's also up on deck 16 a sport court, which we'll go up and see in just a second here. There it even says sports courts. And I think a kid and a mom was going in there to play some basketball or something. We'll see. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and head back down. So, yeah, there you see the sport court. So if basketball's your thing, that's where you'll want to head. And if you do have a pass, a yacht club or something, or to that exclusive sunbathing area, I'm sure you'll know. And now you'll know where to go. All right, so we are on deck 14, as I said, and we're going to go ahead and whip around here, and we're going to see the arcade here on my left. And the arcade here on this ship, I don't think it's anything to brag about, but there's probably a couple games in there that some of your younger kids might like. And we'll go ahead and whip on back out of here. And as we go to my left here, we see there's a little spin room there for fitness. And there's a barber shop, believe it or not, on this cruise ship. And there it is right there. And the fitness center, as you can see, quite a few treadmills, quite a few strength machines. There's some dumbbells over here, recumbent bike. So yeah, a pretty nice little fitness center. If you are one of those motivated souls that's going to get a little workout in during your cruise, then there you go. Then we have some of the kids clubs here on my left. So depending upon their age, that might be where they go. But you could have seen a number of kids in there sitting down. All right, now we're going to go down to this deck 13, as I mentioned. And again, no superstition with MSC apparently. They are not afraid of deck 13. But now on deck 13 here, we have the Lido Marketplace Buffet. And so there's a long line on both sides that offer you different buffet offerings. They do have a nice salad bar on one end as well. There's a bar right there, and that is the entrance to the steakhouse, the butcher's cut. But as we whip around, you're going to see that there is just as much food on the other side. Now, they did have something of a health scare or something like that. So what they were doing at the end of this cruise is you see cellophane there wrapped all in front of the food. And then they were having workers serve you the food rather than people touching utensils and stuff, because there had been a couple people that had complained about getting sick. So that's what they were doing there, in case you were curious. All right, so we're going to continue to make our way here through deck 13. And again, you will see all the food. Now, one of the things they're doing also is, there's that salad bar I was talking about, is they have water refill stations. So they have some good water machines that they're using, and you can just go to the bars and ask to have them fill your water glass up, or your water bottle that they give you if your status is high enough to get one. And so yeah, here we are coming out of the buffet, and we are on deck 13. We were overlooking this earlier, but now you can see that pool close up, and the hot tubs are elevated, so you can't see them as well from the main level here. But there are two in two different sections. There's that bar that I said could often be busy in the middle there, because I guess just because maybe there aren't as many people using this deck 13 right now, that they only open up one of the bars. Maybe if it was a cruise that was a little warmer and there was a lot of people up here, they'd have both bars open. But for now, just the one. But you still do get, obviously the pools, the two pools, and the two hot tubs on each side. So at least for this cruise, if you wanted to get into the pool, it was pretty easy because it was a little cooler. The hot tubs were a bit of a challenge. The hot tubs were very popular. Okay, so we are back inside here now, and again, we are on deck 13. There's the entrance to the spa. Remember I showed you the thermal suite right at the beginning? So that's where you would go in there to access that. All right, as we go across to the other side, several of the rooms over here are, there's the hair salon, and then they have some other spa treatment rooms. At the very end here, this is entrance into a yacht club members only area. And since I wasn't a member of the yacht club this particular cruise, I can't go in there to show you, but I'm sure there's some really good stuff in there. But sorry, I couldn't show you that portion of the yacht members only yacht club there. All right, we're going to go down to deck 7, because that's the next area that is a public area. And the first thing we're going to come to as we get out of the elevators here is the upper level to the theater. And the theater is very pretty, very purple, but very pretty. It's an older theater, but very nice, good sight lines. No complaints. There were some wonderful, wonderful shows, including some Cirque du Soleil type stuff, which was really cool in the shows. All right, now obviously here we are in the casino. You see a number of slot machines. The table games are there on my right. And I got to say, it was a relatively small casino. It is a smaller ship, but they had, most of the games you would like there. They even had backgammon, baccarat, which not many casinos do have. They didn't have a craps table, though. Here is one of the entrances here to the restaurant for yacht club members. So yeah, regular people can't go to that. You had to be part of the yacht club to get into that particular restaurant. But many people say, that yacht club is the way to go. And I got to say, I'm a little jealous. I would have liked to gotten some of those yacht club amenities, but it certainly costs a lot more. All right, so we are still here on deck 7, and we're just going past all of the things that might be available to you here on deck 7. Now, here is the sushi restaurant, and we did partake there in some sushi, and I got to tell you, we really enjoyed it. It was really good. Had another person say, but they were from Hawaii, that they didn't care for it so much. But again, Hawaii probably has the best sushi, right? So maybe that's why they didn't care for it. Now, this was the day of the World Cup Championship. And so, a lot of people were getting excited. There's another bar there that you may choose to take advantage of on deck 7. And here is the picture studio area, where anytime they take pictures of you, if you're looking for a copy of those pictures, take a look at them to see if you want to buy them. That's where you would come, right here. All right, now as we get to the back, this bar at the very back here is called the Pagalia, I believe it is. And they hold some stand-up comedy. They have some live music. They have other events here, karaoke and such that they'll do. But, a number of different activities that could be had here. That it's a nightclub at the end of the day sometimes. So, that's the Pagalia room right there. And we're going to go ahead. We're at deck 7 right now, as I mentioned. And we may end up going down to deck 6. Yeah, let's go do that. So here we are. We are headed down to deck 6. And let's see what fun we can find down here. All right, so we are on deck 6, as I said. Now, one of the problems with some of these smaller ships, and, bigger ships too, this is obviously the dining room, but to walk all the way through deck 6, you had to, kind of cut through the dining room area. So this particular place, depending upon where your table is assigned for assigned dining, this could be the restaurant you end up in. We were at one deck below in deck 5, but the dining room, they mirror each other, so it's looks pretty much the same from one level to the next. Here I got a sneak peek into a crew area, and that was the wrong door to open, but you got a sneak peek there. All right, so still here on deck 6, and as you come out, there's a bar, and there's a bar down on deck 5 right as you come out as well. And so we only have one more floor below this to kind of explore, but we will explore all of deck 6 here. And there is some services there, like there's a shore excursion desk, there's guest services, of course, and we'll get to that when we get a chance. But there are a number of shops here that we're passing. You can kind of get a quick peek of what some of the offerings might be. There's a nice bar, and they did have, a lot of events here. Sometimes they'd do karaoke, sometimes they'd have like a little theme party or something like that. So that's something to look out. Now, Zebra Lounge, this is where I would say most of the action was in terms of live music and, a lot of events, because it's their biggest, plaza, I guess you could say. So if it wasn't in the theater, the next, big place that they would host events would probably be right here in the Zebra Lounge. And it's a very pretty lounge, obviously, zebra themed with the carpeting and the walls and such. The staircase over here, a lot of people were taking advantage of taking pictures on this beautiful staircase, so I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. The bar, you see, is very popular, as it is on most ships. And now we're going to go into the theater here on the main level, deck 6. It actually spans decks 5, 6, and 7, because I'm at 6 and I'm walking down. So if I walk all the way down there, I'd really be down about deck 5. All right, and again, they were, getting ready here for the World Cup soccer match, and a lot of people were taking advantage of of watching that in the theater, which I'm going to show you some bonus coverage of at the end of this ship tour, as long as the room tour. I'm going to give you a room tour, and I'm going to show you what dinner was like in the steakhouse if you stay all the way to the end. So for those of you that have stayed this long, you got those bonuses coming up, I should say. All right, so I'm taking you back through the Zebra Lounge, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross to the other side so you can get a peek at some of the shops on the other side. We walked up the starboard side, and now we will walk up the port side, or did I flip those around? I don't know. But anyway, you're going to see both sides here because we're going to take a right here, and we did not get a look at these shops on the other side here. So let's go take a look at those now. And again, you know, they have your logo shop there selling all your MSC products. There's the liquor store, and they, you know, obviously sell some additional things there. You know, they have souvenirs. They have some nicer stores too, with some handbags and, you know, nice designer stuff that you can get if that's what you choose to do. And yeah, here's people taking advantage of some of those last minute sales on the ship. And what we're going to do now is we are going to go down to that deck 5 that I mentioned, since we saw those shops on the other side. There you see the atrium, nice little faux waterfall there. And on the right here, they have some desks here that will help you out with some things, or see the World Cup there is being shown. And then over here you have guest services, and I got to say their guest services line was usually a lot smaller than lines I would see, say, on a Carnival ship. And here is the bar on the left. This is just outside the other dining room. And the dining room here on deck 5, that was the dining room that we frequented and had our assigned table at. And there's the bar outside of our dining room there, and there is that dining room. And they were still getting ready for dinner and such, so I didn't bother to go in there. But
not quite as straightforward as the...
all right, so bonus coverage. We are in the Steakhouse. You're about to see me get some lobster bisque here. And let's just get that poured right in the bowl. There we go. Lobster bisque. Gotta love that. And I gotta say, if I'm comparing the lobster bisque from Carnival to MSC, I do prefer the lobster bisque on Carnival. But this was still very good. There is a beautiful wedge salad that Bridget had got here, and had a bite or two of that, and that was really good. And here's the view from the back of the ship in the Steakhouse there. It's that beautiful view. And look at this seafood tower we got. Look at that. You know, big old lobster claws, and giant shrimp and clams and mussels and all kinds of scallops. There were all kinds of goodies on here. Big shrimp and such. So we pretty much knocked out this entire seafood tower. There's a little fillet I got. It was very good. There is the lobster tail that Bridget decided to get. And yeah, it was very good. Very good. A nice big baked potato here as well. Loved that. I'm Irish, so, you know, of course I'm going to love a potato. And I even got some extra mashed potato there to dip my steak. And there was I forget, there was like a fruit cake ice cream thing or something. That was very good. And I got like a lava cake here, and that was very good. So very happy with the desserts.
We are in MSC Ocean View room 5004. Let's take a look. All right, now let's start with the storage. And we have here 2 closet doors that open to a nice long hanging for your formal attire and such. Nice long cabinets there. Also, you see the suitcase. And then here we have plenty of shelving for, you know, your t-shirts and all that good stuff. Plenty of drawers here. So plenty of storage in this particular room. We will start off next with our bathroom here. You have a couple nice sized shelves there for your toiletries. And then here is your shower. Okay. You have a little line up there to hang wet clothes and such. And coming back out into the main area, see you have a king size bed there. Now that can be divided. And then obviously this is a room that you can sleep up to 4. There is the big ocean view room. We are still in port in Seattle, so not much of a view yet, but hopefully that will change. Got a couple side tables here with some more storage for you there. And you even get a little chair here, and there is an ottoman if you'd like to use that, or it can double up as the vanity, there. And then you get a little TV too. So down here, this is the mini bar. I don't know if they allow you to use that as a fridge or not, but we will find that out. And okay, there's your tour of 5004. And then here you have a nice full-length mirror as well. Okay, there we go. And a little piece of art on the wall.